I know you're in heaven now, but I wouldn't have made it if I didn't have you holding my hand.
Her name is Tatiana Banks, and the video that you just saw previously was her and her late husband. Now, listen, guys, this is a trigger warning. She goes on to talk about what happened to her husband. Make sure you watch the video to the end. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, this thing had me tearing up a couple times, so check this out.
Hi, guys. So, today I'm going to talk about something I haven't really talked about with you guys, and that is how 3 years ago today, my husband went to work and never came back home. 3 years ago today, I woke up with my husband, and it was a normal day. We were up kind of early, watching TikToks, and it was just a really good morning. He wasn't feeling too well. And I was like, you know what, just stay home from work. And I'm never like that. And I was like, but you don't feel well, so just stay home. He's like, no. He really wanted to buy a new TV, and I didn't want to spend the money. So he's like, I'll pull extra hours or something. I'm gonna go to work though, and I'll do a half day though, because that was our middle ground. And I was like, fine, a half day. And he's like, so I'll be off by 10 a.m. And I was like, okay, right. Well, my husband was the type of guy who, wherever he went, when he was at work, when he had a break, he gave me a call, shot me a text, and was like, what you doing, babe? Love you, miss you. And I hadn't heard anything from him. And I was like, okay, maybe he just got really busy at work. And the next thing I knew was it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was like, okay, he's not answering. Like, did something go on? I'm texting him if like, are you okay? I start searching, the jails, the hospitals, everything possible. I started looking for accidents, because I kind of just felt that, but also I didn't want to believe it. I'm calling family, people that know him. No one's heard from him. No one's, and I'm like, that's just, but why? Like, not a single person has heard from him. And the last time I'd heard from him was at 7:30 in the morning, and he told me that they switched his job site and that he was going somewhere that was considered semi out of town. So I said, okay, we'll just be safe. Where is it? Let me know the details. And he never texts back after that. Figure out I'm with our toddler, and I'm trying to stay as calm as possible. The day continues on. It's past what his normal workday hours would have been. Still nothing. I eventually call my father, and I'm like, who used to be in law enforcement. And I was like, hey, I haven't heard from Daniel all day long. I don't know what's going on. There's nothing. I've called everywhere possible, and there's nothing. And he was like, okay, well, just, give me a little bit and I'll figure it out. I was also getting ready for therapy. And at that time, things were still, virtual calls. And so I was telling my therapist, I think something really bad has happened. And I can't tell you why, but I just felt it. And I felt it all day long, but I was feeling it very, very immensely at that point. And she was like, no, you're just, everything's fine. There's an explanation. Maybe he just had a rough day. Maybe got some bad news. And I said, and all of this is plausible, but I said, he would have called me, good or bad. He would have said something, good or bad. So my therapist is basically just trying to reassure me that all is well. There is some reasonable explanation as to why I haven't heard from my husband all day. After I get out my therapy session, there is a knock at the door. And I open up the door. And it's my father. And I noticed my mom standing right behind. But I was confused. And I looked at my dad and I said, no. And he just goes, I'm so sorry. And I said, is he okay? And he goes, he didn't make it, baby. And I just felt the floor screaming with our toddler staring at me, not knowing what's going on, not knowing that his best friend wasn't coming home either. And that's the moment my life completely changed. Daniel was on his way to his new job site that they switched him to. And he was killed in a head-on collision with a fairly large truck. And he was killed on impact. And that's the story of why Daniel never came. Daniel was 26 at the time of his death. We had been married 4 years. We had a 2-year-old toddler at the time who you can hear in the backyard, who is now 5. We're at the best place our relationship probably could have been in. It was just so good. So much healing, so much forgiveness, so much joy. And we had even started talking about continuing on our family. In which, 2 weeks after his funeral, I found out I was pregnant with our second child.
Now, y'all, this did happen 3 years ago. So the one that she was talking about that was born around the time when her husband first passed away was the one that you see on the right. And then the small one's actually the one that she found out, she was pregnant after he passed away. Now, keep in mind, this has been 3 years ago. So for all my judgmental people who going to jump in the comments, understand this next part. People need to be able to heal and move forward in their lives. And I'm proud for her and I'm happy for her that she was able to find love once again. It seems as though. So this is her new fiance after, some time of grieving. She met this man right here. I don't know his name. I was trying to find his name. So if you see this video, I'm sorry, girl. I don't know your fiance's name. I've been trying to find it, but I couldn't find it. But yeah, shout out to him though, man, because at the same time, he has been there step by step for her. I've seen videos of her like going to visit her husband with the kids, and he's actually the one recording. So shout out to them. And if you want to find out more about her, you can check out her page right here. This is her page right here. You can follow her at officialtatianabanks on the Talk app, or you can go follow her IG because, this app about to be gone soon anyway. So go follow her on IG, but this is where she posted most of her stories. And Tatiana, if you see this, I wish you the best in life. I'm happy for you. You definitely made me go hug my significant other because, wow. Go follow her, y'all. Check her out.